Hello, hello, my lovely Pisces. This is your weekly reading for January 22nd through the 28th. I'm going to shuffle one more time here, and then I will pull your 7 cards here for the week. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, Pisces. Okay, so right off the bat, there is some major energy going on here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards out of your 7. So, Pisces, what that tells me is that you are going through a really important transformative time for you. And it looks like there is... what I'm seeing is some clear energy about where you want to be going, but you may be having some indecisiveness about the foundations of what you are building upon, and you may even be going through some misguided emotions here is kind of what I'm seeing. We'll get into each individual card for the week here. Let's start off with Monday. Monday, you have the Knight of Swords here, Pisces. And the Knight of Swords is a person who has a very clear focus on their future. In fact, you can see that they are actually looking towards the right side of the card here, which indicates looking towards the future. And they actually have their whole body turned towards the future. And the sword in this person's hand is meant to indicate that they have willpower and clear vision about where they want to go. And they are willing to do what it takes to get there. So Pisces, you are setting your sights on something, and you have a one-minded focus towards this goal that you are trying to achieve at this time. Let's move on to Tuesday. Tuesday, you have the Justice card in reverse. And the interesting thing about all of your major arcana cards here for the week, Pisces, is that they are all in reverse. So what this tells me is that, the energy for these cards is present, but sometimes they're blocked by something. And the Justice card here is maybe you feel as though things have been unfair lately. Maybe you feel as though things have not been moving in your favor. Things have been unbalanced. And part of this is, I feel like you're upset that things have been not going the way that you want them to. You're upset that, feeling as though maybe you have been wronged in some way. And you are looking to find, to right the balance of what has happened here. Pisces, I kind of feel like you are, you're stuck on the way that you wanted this thing to be. You're stuck on the way that you envisioned this thing happening or occurring. And so you have this confusing emotion about, injustice. You feel like things did not work out in your favor, and you feel as though you have been wronged in some way. So you're kind of bent on receiving this vindication, receiving this, righting of wrongs here. And I kind of feel like, I feel like that's the energy that you're looking at here. Your point of focus from this Knight of Swords is actually looking in this direction. And I feel as though maybe your point of focus is towards righting this balance, righting the wrongs that have been done to you, and, finding a way to fix whatever it is that has been going on. Let's talk about the Hierophant in reverse here. And so this tells me you are moving outside of the norms. You are moving outside of what is expected, doing your own thing, breaking the mold, thinking outside the box. Part of me is thinking that maybe this comes from a place of, well, if things haven't been working the way that I have wanted them to, maybe I should try something different. And, I applaud that way of thinking. Sometimes we have to do things that are different. We have to go outside of the traditional in order to see something different or new for ourselves. And I kind of feel like that's the direction that you're going, is that you're kind of pivoting your point of focus from, this injustice or this imbalance towards thinking about a new or untraditional way of doing things. Let's talk about this card here, the Six of Wands in reverse. This is your card for Thursday, the 25th. And Thursday the 25th is our full moon happening in the sign of Leo. And this full moon is about releasing expectations, releasing, not just expectations for ourselves and for others around us, but it's also about embracing your own individuality, embracing your light, and allowing yourself to, experience this sense of freedom. So what I'm feeling with this card in reverse, Pisces, is that you feel as though you have been boxed or weighed down in some way. You feel as though, things haven't been working in your favor. The Six of Wands is specifically a card of victory. So maybe you experienced a loss, a unfulfilled victory at this time. And now you are having to reevaluate, what does it mean to achieve? What does it mean to actually be victorious? Can I possibly have been, successful in a different way than what maybe I originally envisioned? I feel like that's honestly the essence of what these three cards here are saying, is that you have been focused on trying to fix this thing. You've been focused on trying to build this thing that's outside of the realms of regular, traditional life. You've been trying to think outside the box and build something for yourself that is, you're a risk taker. You're someone trying something new and something different, and thinking about the ways that you can feel successful, the ways that you can feel victorious, even if it's not in the way that you originally imagined it. Sometimes, they say that sometimes a loss or something working out for you can sometimes be protection in the long run. It can be protecting you from greater pain than what you would have experienced if this thing had actually worked out. I feel like that's a bit of what's going on here, Pisces, is that you felt as though things needed to go in this direction. You really had your mind set on it, but the universe kind of stopped it in its tracks and said, hey, this thing isn't really for you. This isn't really what you want. And so you're feeling kind of bitter that maybe you didn't achieve or see this victory that you wanted for yourself. And when in reality, the universe is trying to pivot you in a new direction, in a different direction. It's saying that, this thing may have not worked out for you, but I have something better for you, something that is going to actually align with what it is that you truly want. And so after this evaluation, this, rethinking of the way that you view success within your life, Friday we move on to the King of Cups. And this to me is Pisces energy. This is you coming to the pinnacle of your person. The King of Cups is, the final card of the Cups suit. It is the greatest manifestation of someone who understands their emotions, and not just understands them, but is able to work with them and allow them to flow freely without being controlled by them. The cup that this person is holding is kind of meant to signify that the emotions this person is containing are outside of themselves. They still have it, they have it within a contained unit, but they're, not allowing it to control them. They're not allowing it to drown them. And the waves here on the card are meant to signify, the waves of emotions and things flowing through you without you being blown away in the choppy waters that are occurring. It's meant to signify stability within the unstable. And so, Pisces, I feel like dealing with all of this energy, dealing with feeling unsuccessful and rethinking the meaning of success for yourself, you're able to see that, I am a winner. Even in the non-traditional ways, I am a person who is able to take the things that people would normally be upset about, and I'm able to turn them into a greater blessing than what was, the original plan. And truly, I think that that's what this energy here is for you, Pisces, is that you are taking your emotions and you are, figuring out a way to honor them and work with them without them controlling you or, pushing you to make rash decisions. Let's talk about these two cards here, because I'm really excited and interested about these, because for Saturday and Sunday here, Pisces, you have the Sun card in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. In a normal reading, these two cards would not necessarily be about positive energy or emotions. They would not necessarily be read as positive cards, but I feel like in your case, Pisces, these cards do kind of have a positive energy for you. Because, as I said, you're reevaluating things. You are reevaluating your energy. You're reevaluating, your path and where you want to go. And I feel like this is what it is. You are thinking about, with the Sun card, the Sun represents our happiness. It represents fulfillment and shining our light, allowing ourselves to, be free and abundant and connecting with, the things that make us happy, the things that allow us to feel joy. And then the Wheel of Fortune is, luck. It's the universe working in our favor. And I feel like Pisces, as I said, normally these cards in the reverse mean that you're having trouble accessing your happiness and that you feel as though things have been not working in your favor, that you feel as though things have been unlucky or blocking your success at this time. But I feel like instead, because you're reevaluating and you're going through these things, you're actually reevaluating what these things mean to you. You're reevaluating what your happiness actually looks like. Even if you haven't been feeling happiness, evaluating this and figuring out, what does happiness look like to me? What does success and luck look like to me? Is it something that happens to me without my say-so? Or is it something that I can build for myself? Is it something that I genuinely have control over? And I feel like that is what you are learning here, Pisces. You're learning that you are actually the one with total control over your happiness. You are the one with total control over what happens with your life and what you choose to make of it. Even if unlucky things happen to you, it is, they say it's 10%, it's 10% what happens to you and 90% what you do with it. And I feel like that's what you're looking at, Pisces. You're looking at, what can I do to make my own happiness? What can I do to make my own luck and success? Even if it's outside of the realms of traditionality here, outside of the, the status quo. So Pisces, even if there are things that are happening that may be a little bit difficult, or, feeling as though you have been wronged or things have been blocked from you in some way, I feel like in general, this is still a really positive reading of you reevaluating and moving towards, a new future for yourself, choosing to dream even when things are, not working out in your favor. And redefining what it means to be happy and redefining what it means to reach your goals. So anyway, thank you for being here today, Pisces. I hope that this reading was helpful to you in some way. I hope that you have a good rest of this week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.